This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today, with the 50% off Arrow sale still going on at Barnes & Noble, in-store and online through September 14th, I thought I'd do a hopefully short episode highlighting just one Arrow disc. And for a change of pace, let's take a look at a Western. It's been a while since we did that. Let's check it out. Today's film is The Tin Star from 1957, a brisk 93 minutes long in beautiful black and white and in VistaVision. This is about a former sheriff turned bounty hunter who helps a young, recently appointed acting sheriff with his advice and his experience and how to use his gun. Now, Henry Fonda plays this bounty hunter. This is right after he did two wonderful films, The Wrong Man, the Hitchcock film, and 12 Angry Men. And he shows up at the very beginning of this film. He enters town, and the townspeople don't want him there because they know what he's up to, that he's a bounty hunter. So I thought right away, is this going to be Henry Fonda as a villain in a Western, just like Once Upon a Time in the West, which came much later in 1968? But no, he's a good guy. We get a sympathetic backstory from him, and he becomes a mentor to this new sheriff. That new sheriff is played by Anthony Perkins, and when somebody overheard me talking about this film, they said, Anthony Perkins in a Western? He did a couple of them, but yeah, it's kind of unusual. And then, of course, his most famous role, Psycho, came 3 years after this. Great character actors show up: Lee Van Cleef, Neville Brand. Great director Anthony Mann did several wonderful film noirs like Raw Deal and T-Men. Maybe best known for several Westerns he did with Jimmy Stewart, like The Naked Spur and Winchester 73. They had kind of a falling out when they made the film Night Passage. So I think Jimmy Stewart was supposed to take the lead role in here, but he didn't. And Elmer Bernstein, very famous film composer, did the music for this one. He did some iconic film scores like for The Magnificent Seven. And sometimes personally I find him a little overbearing, and especially certain scenes in here a little too sappy and sentimental. Why am I recommending The Tin Star? Various reasons. It's an interesting story. It has a nice brisk pace to it. Very little fat in this story. It has some interesting issues. You could probably categorize this as a psychological Western because it addresses, morality, what's the right thing to do, and it addresses issues like racism and frontier justice, and has very good performances, very well directed, and just for fun, a boatload of Western tropes, like the beautiful widow with a young son, and the mysterious stranger who comes into town, and the really despicable bad guys. There's a lynch mob, there's a posse, there is the old doctor who in the town who's been around forever. So my rating for The Tin Star, I'm going to give this 4 cowboys out of 5. What's on this disc? Of course, it's an Arrow disc. This is the limited edition, but I believe it's still available. There are about 6 art cards. They look like small lobby cards, basically. There's a small poster. There's a 20-page booklet. There's the slipcover, and then I changed the artwork around so it has what looks like the original artwork here, which is very cool. And it has several extras, including an appreciation of the film and an interview with Elmer Bernstein's son. Both of those are about 30 minutes each. Let me show you the extras here if you want to freeze frame that. And there's an audio commentary, which I did not listen to. And for those keeping score who follow my channel or who have followed my adventures with my various Blu-ray players, the disc froze at the 47-minute mark in my Panasonic 820. Froze completely. Took a while to get it out of the tray. Put it into my old cheap Sony. Played the rest of it no problem. So the adventures continue with that. It seems to happen mostly with Arrow and Criterion discs, unfortunately. So feel free to leave a comment down below, or a suggestion, and leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. And let's do this quickly. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. We're on Letterboxd. That's free too. There's a link in the notes down below. Take you right there. There's also a link below to get my ebook, True Tales from the Teacher Trenches. Check that out. Otherwise, have a fun shopping at Barnes & Noble. Like I said, online or in store. 50% off Arrow. Thanks for watching. See you next time.